So here we are continuing with the painting of the Diurnal Animals picture. So diurnal means in the day, animals that are active in the day. Diurnal is a way of saying in the day. So I've called this picture diurnal because I wanted it to depict animals that are active during the day. Because look, the sun is shining, they're having fun, they're going together. The teddy bear plays with the child or the person, and so the teddy bear is an inanimate object, which is something that doesn't have life force energy. But maybe that is yet to be proven. A lot of people think that their stuffed animals do have life force energy and personalities, but that is another discussion. So anyway, this teddy bear is going to be in the diurnal animal pictures because I like how he just showed up in this piece of work. So then we've got the mouse, which is crepuscular, which is a word that means active during the day and the night. Sorry, dawn and dusk, crepuscular. And then we've got two rabbits, and I think they're crepuscular as well. I think they're most active at dawn and dusk, but you can also see rabbits during the day, and it's perfectly fine. They're not sick or anything, and they're, you know, just hopping around during the day. If you see raccoons during the day, however, it is said that raccoons during the day, they've got their clock mixed up, so they might be sick if you see a raccoon during the day, because they are truly, perhaps even nocturnal raccoons. So you don't often see them during the day unless they're sick. And if you see a raccoon that's sick, then you shouldn't go near it because he might not be acting his normal self. So anyway, we've got the rabbits, and then we've got the cat. So if any of you have cats, you know that they're kind of sleeping whenever they want. And then some people say they're nocturnal. Maybe so. I don't know exactly how cats are classified, but I know that my cat goes to sleep during the night, as I do, but he's also up during the night, so. And the dog is diurnal, definitely. The dog is awake when the human is awake because the dogs and the humans are linked. And so dogs go to bed when humans go to bed, or even a little earlier. So they are definitely diurnal animals. The bird is also definitely a diurnal animal because they get up at dawn and they go to bed at dusk. So that's why I wanted to focus on calling this piece diurnal animals, because most of them are, and I just thought it was an interesting word to discuss. So we are done with the teddy bear. He's got some texture. I like it. I like it. So the mouse I was going to do as gray or light brown. So let's see how we make the fur for the mouse. When you're mixing black and white to make gray, because oftentimes you don't get gray in a paint kit. You get black and you get white, and you have to make your own gray. So here we are making gray. So keep in mind that black goes further than white, so black is going to have more of an impact than the white. So you have to be careful when you mix the two together that you don't get too dark a color. So we've got this paintbrush, and I think it's going to be perfect. So we're going to drag some black over. Drag some black. Is that easy for you to see? Okay, so we drag some white, just a little bit of black, just a little bit of black, just a little bit of black. I definitely want a gray mouse. I don't know, I like a gray mouse. What's your favorite color mouse? You can write that in the comments. When you think of a mouse, what color of a mouse do you think of? There are white mice, there are gray mice, and there are brown mice. One day my cat caught a mouse in the garden, and I was letting him inside, and he had a mouse in his mouth, and I couldn't stop him because he was coming in. And then I was like, oh no, Nougat, you've got a mouse. And he was startled because I was startled, and he dropped the mouse, and then the mouse ran into my house and was running around, and the cat seemed kind of disappointed and uninterested at that point, almost as if I'd interrupted his game. And my dog saw the mouse as well, and she kind of thought about chasing it, but then I told her not to because I didn't want her to hurt the mouse. And so I called my roommate to come and help, and he came, and the two of us were chasing the mouse, and the dog and the cat were sitting watching us chase the mouse instead of chasing it themselves. So it was quite funny. And I was trying to just catch it so that I could put it outside, but it was so fast and it just moved so quickly. I'm gonna have to look. I painted over the eye. I'm gonna have to fix that after. So we were chasing the mouse around, and my dog and cat were watching, and they weren't helping. And then at one moment, the cat or the mouse was sitting on my bed skirt, which had folded onto the floor, and he was just like cleaning his face. He's like, you could tell he was just kind of having his own personal conversation, like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do now? There's a cat and there's a dog and there's two people chasing me around, and he just had to like regroup. And so we had all these tools in our hands to try to catch this mouse. And so my roommate said, open the door. And so I opened the door, but I didn't know if he was gonna run out, but we kind of tried to catch him, and then he ran out the back of the door where the hinges are. He was so thin that he could wiggle and take his thin little body through the crack in the door at the back of the door. And he got out. And we were very happy that there wasn't a mouse stuck in the house, and my cat was kind of unhappy that we had taken his plaything. But I was happy that the mouse was safe. So we might need to paint on that black. Okay, so the mouse is done. It is gray. The rabbits are not done. So when it comes to rabbits, what's your favorite color, rabbits? When I was a little girl, when I was born, we actually had rabbits in the backyard because I had an older brother and sister. I have an older brother and sister. And my parents thought it'd be fun if they had a pet. So they got rabbits for them. And then I was born and we had these rabbits. And then I don't really remember much, but my rabbit was named Patches. But then we moved to another town, and we moved to a city, and then my brother and sister wanted rabbits again. I don't know what happened to Patches, actually. I'm not sure. Maybe we had them for a long time and they passed away. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask my mom that. But anyway, at our new house, my sister, said she wanted a rabbit again. So we went to where they had this farm, and they were growing rabbits. And I think they were using these rabbits for food. But of course, I would never eat a rabbit. So anyway, we picked up some rabbits from this farm, and this is kind of the color of my sister's rabbit, and then I got one that was white. He was an albino, she was an albino rabbit. So she had red eyes and white fur because she was albino. And my brother got an albino one too. So my brother and I both had an albino rabbit, both white. His was a boy, mine was a girl. Mine I named Cuddles, and he named his Bob. And I had Cuddles for about a year or so, and I used to just hold her. And then she passed away from some kind of lung problem. And Bob we had for a long, long time. So my Cuddles passed away, so my parents took me back to the place where the same place, and I picked a brown one this time. A big brown boy, and I really loved him. I forget his name now, but my brother nicknamed him Bumpy. And I don't know why, but we called him Bumpy after a while instead of his original name, which I can't remember. So this was the color of my rabbit, Bumpy, and my sister's cat, which was named Muffin. So Muffin was a girl, and one day Muffin and Bob had babies, and so they had baby bunnies, and they were very cute, but I don't remember raising them. My sister was taking care of them because it was from her rabbit. And then we gave them away to neighborhood kids. And they lived happily ever after. And then I think what happened was my sister kind of grew up. She was 6 years older than me. She is 6 years older than me. And she kind of grew up, and then she couldn't play with her rabbit anymore. So she gave her rabbit, I think, to a friend of hers, Muffin. So Muffin left with my sister's friend, and then we just had Bob and Bumpy. And then I don't know what happened with Bumpy either. I think we gave Bumpy away too. I don't know, it was more my parents' idea to give them away because they felt that we weren't playing with them enough. We weren't spending enough time with them. So that's what we did. But I like this color of a rabbit.